up, y'all? Welcome back to the Barber Mosaic. My name is Maurice, and today we're going to be discussing the R5C. So I've been rocking with the Canon R5C since it first dropped. I'm talking 2 going on 3 years ago. And the reason why I got the R5C, of course, was because the R5 had that overheating issue. And I was pleasantly surprised by all the things that the R5C could do from a video standpoint. I'm 50-50. Half of what I do is photo, half of what I do is video. I love a lot of features about this camera. It's my favorite camera of all time. And it got me to thinking, what could they actually do to improve this camera? Like, what could they do to make this camera even better than it already is? And I'm gonna give y'all a few things that I think they can do in a refresh of this camera to make it, the R5C, like even better. First things first, we need C-Log 2. We gotta have C-Log 2. Bro, this is the only cinema camera in Canon's lineup that doesn't have C-Log 2, in the RF lineup that doesn't have C-Log 2. We need that. I want that. I desire that. Let's make it happen. The sensor. I love the sensor. And one of the things that I really do love about the sensor is that it has those crop features where you can go from, you know, a 8K RAW. If you have the right battery solution, you can go 8K RAW 60 in the camera. I love that. You can crop into like a 6K, 5.9K in Super 35. In Super 16, you can do 2K. I love that, right? So the sensor is really dope. It's a 45 megapixel sensor on the photo side and the video side. I absolutely love that. But is there a way to make it that backside illuminated sensor, or even a global shutter? Maybe this could be Canon's first global shutter cinema camera, right? That would be fire. That would be fire. A global shutter, an R5C Mark II, full size HDMI. That's another thing. Now this is it. I don't want to make the R5C Mark II the mirror image of the R5 Mark II because I want it to be cinema. IBIS is not really a big deal for me. I'm cool with the IBIS, but hopefully the R5C Mark II will have that ability in the lenses, the new lens, like the cinema lenses that they drop in, that ability to change the iris or change the aperture, whether it's in photo or video mode, because in R5C, if you have one of those lenses, like the RF24-105Z lens, like you turn the iris ring and it only works in video, doesn't work in photo. And then they just dropped the 35 1.4. It has that same iris ring on it too. I would love to see those lenses or that part of the lens work in the R5C Mark II as well. And probably one of the biggest things is battery life. Like, I would love to see the R5C Mark II have a bigger battery. And if it has to be a bigger camera, like kind of like that R1 shape, if it has to be a bigger camera, like with an already like attached grip to it, that's fine too. But we need a bigger battery. We need a battery that you could get one battery that goes in that just will allow you to shoot in all the frame modes without having to rig it up all the time. Cause I ain't gonna lie, having an R5C is real cool, but once you get into all those different battery options where you gotta rig it up and tear it down and do this and do that, it kind of takes the hybrid away from the camera, because you have to pretty much convert it to a cinema rig in order to shoot good video the way you want. And then it's uncomfortable to take photos with that same type setup. So I would love to see a bigger, better battery. Y'all know, like, my dream camera is the C400, and I love the fact that it has like the XLR port. Can we get one mini XLR port on the R5C Mark II? Like, just one mini XLR, can we get that? Now, of course, they're gonna have to do that upgraded autofocus, that AF2, that Canon autofocus 2, that's gonna have to be in there, because I ain't gonna lie, especially when you shoot in 120 frames per second in 4K, it fucking sucks. Can we also get 120 frames per second in the crop modes, whether it's, you know, the 2K or whether it's the 6K? Can we get the 120 frames per second in crop mode? Ooh, that'd be fire! And how would they make it like totally different from the R5 Mark II? I think the internal ND, oh my God, if they put internal NDs in this camera, that's it. They put internal NDs, we're fucking good. We're good. There's no way they do all that, because that would totally destroy the C400. That would make the R5C Mark II, the way I'm describing it, my wish list for it, would make it easily the best camera on the market for the money. Because I mean, well, how much would a camera like that cost? You want to say about $5 grand, 5K? Like we definitely have to cripple this camera somewhere for it to be a camera that they would make. All right, so let's go ahead and recap. You know, my wish list for the Canon R5C Mark II. We got dual pixel autofocus 2. We got internal ND filters. We have one mini XLR. We got C-Log 2, please. We got a full-size HDMI. We got full compatibility with the new cinema style lenses that Canon is dropping, like the 24-105 Z lens, and then of course the 35 1.4. If they did all of that, not only would I upgrade to that camera, I wouldn't buy the C400 and I wouldn't sell the R5C that I already have. I would be completely fucking set. Canon, watch this video, and when you make it, send it to me so I can try it out. This has been Maurice for the Barber Mosaic. Do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Thank y'all for watching the video. I'm out. Y'all be easy.